Hello, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Welcome to SNKronize, where I am James Chen. This is Olaf, and this is Nathan. Hi.
Who's being a cuddly boy?
Yeah, I'll say. Look at this guy. Oh, what is going on? How's everybody going out there? Hope you guys are having a nice December over here. Nice holiday season. Shout outs to Noah's Wild for the continued subscription. Appreciate that. Oh, it's like you're distracted now.
What? Huh? Tonight's probably going to be a bit of a shorter episode because there's not as much to talk about as usual, but there's still stuff to talk about.
Yeah, now obviously, we've been usually getting the story or a new character every other week, but thinks we got nothing today from SNK.
No silhouette yesterday, nothing today. It doesn't even look like they updated the website to like offset it or anything. But we do have the Game Awards tomorrow.
Right, and so we're assuming that they'll probably have some sort of announcement tomorrow at the Game Awards, right?
Yeah, it's more than heavily implied. A very, very well-educated guess kind of thing.
The question is, though, Game Awards is usually when they leave some big announcements, right? You're right, exactly. So what Speedwagon says in the chat, I don't think it would just a character. Do you feel like that just might be it? That we'll just get a character?
So no, not quite.
Oh, okay.
So people have been looking at the website. Actually, if you want to even bring up the SNK website, that would be reasonable.
Okay.
And one of the things that you'll see is that they have their little page for all the trailers and videos and stuff.
Okay, so
there.
Let me bring that up.
Yeah.
Really quick.
And then there should be there's a trailers tab at the top. Because you're not. There you go. Okay. So if you look at the trailers thing up at the top right there, click that.
God, this is such a
loud
web page.
It's loud.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's probably not the best UI design there. UX.
So there's 3 openings right there.
Huh.
And between now and launch, there's not that many windows to have a full trailer. So it's probably going to be a lot like Dolores's, where it's going to be like, here's our trailer, reminder, rollback, netcode, reminder this, we've got this feature. Yeah. Here comes a new fighter.
Right,
it's one of those. And then we'll get a normal character trailer immediately after.
I mean, this one could be, this is maybe these are Orochi CYS, and no, I'm just kidding. Slots at the
one
top
of the things to note is we only have 4 base roster characters to go.
Is that it?
That's it.
4?
Whoever's on the Ash Kukri team, whoever's left to go on K-Dash team, and then 2 slots for Angel's team.
Yeah, you're right.
That's it.
Jesus. Okay.
They might do more with the story mode with tomorrow's trailer. Yeah. My money's on Elizabeth tomorrow. That's where my money is, because anyone else they reveal, it means that they close out the K-Dash team instead, which would be very telling. Or they have 3 teams open at the same time, which they've only maybe done once, if ever.
Yeah, I mean, ZMP, we're all hoping for another beta. Yeah. We're all hoping for another beta.
And 15 launches in the middle of February.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping America gets a collector's box set by then. Because worth noting, we're still the only region, of the 3 primary publishing regions that does not have one.
I wonder, I mean, it's weird because, I mean, America gets a lot of box sets for games and stuff. But then there's
games. So, as a big JoJo's fan, there was a game a couple of years ago, JoJo's Eyes of Heaven, where America was the only region to not get even a physical release.
Oh, Jesus.
Much less the collector's edition. We got shit.
Interesting. Okay. But
and Bandai Namco still wanted to charge $60 on it on the PlayStation Store for 4 years until it finally was free with Plus.
Oh, was it free?
It's the only reason I have it.
Oh, dang.
Because I have been unwilling to spend $60 on a digital-only game.
Right, okay.
Which isn't even, like, that good a game anyway. I don't like the genre. I really don't like the arena brawlers.
Let's see. But, I mean, doesn't the Pix and Love... Oh.
Yeah, they're technically region-free. And the thing is that if I were to order the Pix and Love version, then I'd also be paying the international shipping.
Right.
And if I'm going to pay international shipping, I'm probably just going to get the Japanese one and get, some of the gravy from that version. But
actually, that's a good question. How does that work in Europe? Does that count as international shipping if you go from France to Spain or something like that?
As far as I know, it's more like even just shipping from California to New York.
Right.
It's still pricey, but it's not as bullcrap.
Right. Okay.
Because that's how I got one of my Mary statues, is jumping from Italy to Germany to
here. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but I mean, okay, so I know you said, if we get Elizabeth, that would fill out the Ash team, right? Okay. So you're guessing that's what's going to happen tomorrow?
That I think is the safe bet, also because I'm just speaking personally. If Maxima fills out the K-Dash team, that's not something you save for a big event.
Okay, right. I mean, Kula, technically.
Kula would be okay. Kula would be fine. But it's also like, that's less exciting than even Athena for the Chinese event.
Right.
And like, people play her in the States, but she's not like a super hardcore fan favorite in the same way as some of the other characters.
Interesting. Now,
but I think Elizabeth would bring more showmanship. I think is the thing.
And because she's brand new to KOF 14, she might also look a little better.
She might have a new redesign. She might have some new moves.
Right. Now, people... So, the cheese... right now, we kind of had the assumption that Whip is on K-Dash's team, right? Now, there could be the possibility that K-Dash is just Maxima and Kula, but that would mean Whip and Angel are on the same
Which
team.
is even weird. Which is arguably weirder.
Weirder than
the idea of like Angel and Kula.
Okay.
Because at least they have a tied background of nests. Like they have to explain it away, but the only way for Whip and Angel to be on the same team is if Heidern said, "Yeah, you follow that one." That's it.
But Whip, I mean, doesn't Whip have some background with nests and K-Dash?
She's a clone.
She is a clone.
She's a clone
of what?
too. Of the original
Whip,
her.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sarah.
Okay. A team from the mobile game that may move Whip somewhere else?
Yeah. I mean, there's a few possibilities, but point is that, like, whatever they reveal tomorrow is either Elizabeth or it really starts sealing the deal on the remaining two teams.
Right.
Because it's basically, it starts giving too much evidence.
Right.
Because, like, if they reveal Kula and then they don't wrap up the K-Dash team with the, Team K-Dash, then everyone's going to go, oh, fuck.
Now, here's a question, though. I mean, Nameless obviously would be a huge expectation shatter, so maybe they could reveal Nameless tomorrow.
I think revealing Nameless tomorrow would be really iffy. Again, assuming he really is in the game. Because I feel like that's the one you save for, like, just before launch.
Right.
That's the big mind blow kind of one. And I mean, like, yeah, I guess at an event you want to have a mind blow, but
Nameless isn't like one of those characters that see, that's the thing. That's why I feel like, because I mean, even though you say that about Kula, isn't Kula like one of the most popular KOF characters these days?
Popular, but in a like very average way, like like she's just kind of like, yep, that's that one. I think Elizabeth is gonna bring more chutzpah, as it were. Yeah, chutzpah to the event, because she has a different appeal and might be better for attracting non-KOF fans. I think is one of the benefits of her.
Interesting.
Because this is this is going to be shown at the Game Awards. It's going to be the whole industry watching, not just fighting game guys.
Right. I mean, the funny thing about it though is that Elizabeth. I mean, like, even, like, right now, I could barely tell you what Elizabeth does. Like, I don't even know.
Well, that's, all in all fairness, that's part of Elizabeth's problem, because she's only been present in 2.5 games, maybe?
Right.
And her move list changed dramatically.
Oh, did it? Oh, she's one of those characters, then.
She's, her problem in gameplay to me is that her overall plan is a little too simplistic, and even like a lot of her anything she doesn't burn meter on is just okay.
Okay. What is happening? Jasmine is attacking something, isn't she? Is that Jasmine making noise down over there?
It's gotta be. Yeah.
Get her away from there. Okay.
Oh, Nameless had a team in the mobile game that they might be leaning into.
Which mobile game?
KOF All-Star, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Hey, Jasmine, stop it. Stop. Get her. Yeah. Jasmine.
Let the chair fight back.
Dude, the cats are being a bunch of little, because they think it's food time right now, and they're being very fussy right now.
But anyway, so odds are tomorrow is going to be like a full trailer like some of these other ones, and we'll probably pop a character in there.
Right.
Yeah. For me, it's just the fact that anyone else they show gives us a bunch of empirical evidence on what the remaining teams are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 surprises, Daniel, and we're assuming that's going to be Elizabeth and whoever else.
And I'm really leaning into the Nameless theory.
Really? Yeah, okay.
Whether I care or not is entirely different. I wanted AutoHide, so...
Right, yeah.
I mean, I'm happy I got Angel back. That's great. But, and honestly, having her back is another reason to guarantee I'm not getting Gaitendo back, and that's fine.
Oh, because Gaitendo is...
mechanically similar.
Right, okay.
Their functions.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, I want AutoHide. I wanted Dual On, and I got Dolores.
Right.
Kind of okay with that.
Okay.
Chen is the man. Like I've about 15 years ago, I cosplayed Chen. I really like Shen Wu.
Oh, really? Okay. Dude, I didn't know. I think, is this the first time I've heard that you like Shen Wu that much? I mean,
might be.
Okay.
I don't know. But the thing is, for me, Shen also gets the other problem of he got changed in 13, and it made him less fun.
Oh, what did they do to him?
They took away some of his movement tools and just made him, like, dash punches or plus on block. Like, he turned into an angrier Makoto. And previously he had a little bit more in the way of neutral tools and, like, trying to shift around. And again, he was in team games before, like, tag characters. And yes, fucking Duck King would be sick. I have a friend who might actually cry if he got Shingo back. Like, it'd be fine. But yeah, there are some choices in this roster that I'm not super satisfied with, but there are others I'm fine with. And right now, for me, if they bring back Maxima, all I want to do is see his KOF 11 standing heavy kick, and I'm just gonna scream because they'll stop making him be boring.
Right. I mean, that you really enjoyed Maxima from 11, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like Maxima 99 on up. 11 was the best version.
Right.
3. And then 13 just did away with all that, and then 14 kept 13. I'm like, why?
Right. Now 12 was
I don't even remember the roster of 12.
Okay. Nobody cares about 12.
Myself, like many people, have repressed a lot of KOF 12. All I remember is that Shen, Dualon, and Leona are in it because that was the team I played.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna nitpick on the Mary shit right now, but, like, there's a couple of, like, weird choices, and there's a couple of, like, characters that feel like omissions, in more, like, that way.
Right.
Like,
I mean, people are actually mad about Kim Capwan, right?
People are super mad!
Yeah, and, I mean, I don't blame him, because he's been on the initial roster for every game up until this point, right?
Okay, I've got a hot take.
Oh, okay.
If you're that mad about Kim, then you've been leaning on him as a crutch.
Has he been good this entire time?
He's been pretty good in a lot of games.
Yeah, okay. I mean, come on. Some people might actually genuinely like
Some, yes. But as far as I'm concerned, Kim is more like just... He's Flash Kick Ryu. It's just, he's the easiest charge character to be good with. And he keeps being strong in a lot of games, or at least strong enough, and he doesn't change much.
Right.
Unlike, poor Robert players have to learn a new character every fucking other game.
Right. think I made the joke a long time ago, is that, you know, if you don't want to deal with that problem, just be a fan of the USA sports team. Right?
Yeah, because you never have to be.
Right. You don't have to worry about them changing between games.
Yeah. So, I mean, on the case of KOF 11, yeah, with Leona, Joe, Andy, Mai, and even a couple others, well, Mai got put in the PS2 version, sort of, whatever. I'm really not sure that they would have worked in 11's engine.
And you know what? That's funny. I didn't even think about that. Mai wasn't in 11, right? So she was actually missing from 2 games in a row because she definitely wasn't in 12. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people were mad about that one, for sure. They wanted to see super zoomed in, well animated Mai. So. And
yeah, I mean, that's fair. But we already dealt with Kim in 13, who had, you know, willy-nilly EX moves. Mm-hmm. And yeah, exactly. Robert has been a Guile charge character. He's been a full-blown Shoto.
Been a charge character at one point in time?
Yep. Including even his fireballs were like back-forward kick to do high and low when it's like he's fucking Remy.
Whoa.
Yep.
Weird.
Such as Battle Coliseum and therefore KOF 11,
he had a
which is
low
the Battle
fireball? What the hell?
Yep.
Dude, I'm so confused. I never knew Robert got that different.
And the thing is, though, and again, like, yeah, Malin in 11 was there, and Malin in 03 was there to replace Choi's slot. It was to, you know, the function argument again.
Oh, was she similar to Choi?
Similar-ish.
Okay, okay.
And SNK for a long time has been on this thing of, do we really want this to just be a Fatal Fury sequel franchise, or do we want it to be its own fucking thing?
Right.
And I will say it, I think 15 is the best example of it, not in terms of the loudest example, but the most effective. Because 15 so far has, 4 Fatal Fury characters and 4 Art of Fighting characters. And, like, that's about it? Everyone else is KOF or franchises that SNK has abandoned and just call them KOF franchises now, like Psycho Soldier and Ikari Warriors.
Because in the past, there have been a lot more Fatal Fury characters and a lot more, well, mostly Fatal Fury, right?
There's like, one of the games is like almost half Fatal Fury. Like, it's something ridiculous,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and that's why Mary was dropped from the launch of 14, is because they already had too many Fatal Fury characters. Yet somehow they decided bringing in Alice was a good idea.
Wait. Mai wasn't in
Mary.
the
Mary.
Okay,
Mary was not in the launch of 14.
Yeah. Okay.
AG is Art of Fighting, correct. You know, and you get, like, Kasumi from Art of Fighting, and then you get the games where it's, like, Terry, Andy, Joe.
Kasumi and Toto are from Art of Fighting? Okay, that's right. Completely forgot. Shoutouts, Fat Cat.
Yeah, but then you have the games where it's like Terry, Andy, Joe, Mai, Geese, Mary, and then still like 2 other Fatal Fury characters. 99 is really bad about it. 99 is like half Fatal Fury and Art of Fighting, at least.
Now, what Kenji Oda was alluding to which part?
That he's kind of sick of it being Fatal Fury, the game too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, he hasn't even alluded to it. He has outright said it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was something they heavily discussed in 14.
So this one is literally just Terry, Joe,
Joe, Andy,
and Mary.
Mai, Mary.
Oh, okay, so just 5 right now.
Yeah, because we don't even have Geese yet.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
Now, how long has Oda been working on KOF?
At this moment, I think he came on for 14.
Okay.
But it's, I think, his second time at the company.
Okay.
I think is what it is.
Okay. Yeah, Tetsuo Shima, we don't think there's a reveal tonight because tomorrow is the Game Awards. And so we're assuming they're going to save something for tomorrow. Now, probably not just going to be a character reveal, as you mentioned. Probably going to be like here's more of a hint at what the story is. And now here's another character. And then that's probably what we'll get. So
Consuela, first off, as much as I'm totally down for more Bariki stuff, I think that in some ways, SNK considers Bariki part of the Art of Fighting universe.
Okay.
So that might be an excuse. And then, yeah, they don't make Fatal Fury games anymore, but in all fairness, I just want a new Fatal Fury.
Yeah. You don't even want, like, Garou 2, Mark of the Wolves 2,
no,
right?
I'm the fucking weirdo. I don't give 2 shits about Mark of the Wolves except for its plot.
Right.
But I want Real Bout 3.
You want a Real Bout 3 or a Fatal Fury 4, basically.
Or
right?
you make Mark of the Wolves 2 with Real Bout's engine and you get to continue Mark of the Wolf's story.
Right.
Fine with this, because I want to know where that plot goes. I just don't care about half those characters, and I don't like the game.
Okay.
That's my problem, is I just don't like the game that much.
So, I mean, is it one of those things like, you know, from Street Fighter 2 to Street Fighter 3, you just don't care about the characters as much because it's not the original cast?
Oh, no, I don't care about half the Fatal Fury characters either. Don't get me wrong. It's just that the other half I fucking adore.
Okay.
And, I mean, I really like, you know, Terry. I like Rock conceptually. Like he's a good plot device.
Right. Okay.
I'm not going to call him a good character. I'm going to call him a good plot device. I love Janae. I think Gato and Hotaru have a whole fucking world that they could flesh out.
Right.
I like Kim's sons existing, and that's where that ends about there.
Right. I mean, honestly, you know, Kim's kids, like, I feel like that might be a good reason to make him a DLC team, is because maybe he has his kids, and the kids would probably be harder to finish by the launch or something like that. Maybe they're still working on them.
I mean, I'd rather have both his sons, Dong and Jay, rather than Kim. I would trade Kim for the sons.
Right. But I mean,
I want them to have that plot where they're like, Dad's out in the mountains. We can do whatever we want. Come on, let's go. Tournament. Yeah, let's do it. He can't stop us.
Who would be on their team?
Honestly, there's a lot of ways they could do it. They could drag the other, like, Korea characters, be it Shun, be it Meili, or they could drag the other proteges from Mark of the Wolves.
Right.
Who cares?
Have they been shown in some of the endings as little kids?
Yeah, but KOF's timeline is already fucked.
Right. But, I mean, have they done anything like that where the kids are all of a sudden... Like, has Rock been any of the endings?
Rock is in some of Terry's win poses.
As a little kid.
As a kid.
Right. Now, KOF 14, though, is Rock canonly adult? Or is that just, like, since he's a DLC, that it's kind of a weird fantasy thing?
I think the best answer is, technically, because they at least did enough to, like, explain him being there. Like, him being really bad at talking to Vanessa was hilarious. Like, so if you play through, like, normal arcade mode, there's a lot of, like, dramatic battle fucking chats that characters can have.
Right,
But all of, like, the DLC characters only can converse with their season of characters. Because they weren't going to re-record previous characters and stuff like that. So Rock and Vanessa were in the same season. And they get to talking, and they're like, and he, like, calls her old, and she says, like, he doesn't know how to talk to girls, and they're just totally talking shit at each other. It's really funny.
Okay.
They both get kind of embarrassed.
So, Umar, we were thinking that the trailer's probably going to be tomorrow at the Game Awards, because it's probably going to be a lot of reveals at the Game Awards. So,
which starts at 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. God only knows when we're going to get anything that I care about at all.
Yeah.
Awards, that is not a show for me.
Yeah, Game Awards, a.k.a. a really, really long trailer day, basically, because the awards don't mean squat.
Here's the thing. I'm totally fine with that, because I watch fucking E3 every year. Even the years where I actively don't want to. I'm like, yeah. And the Game Awards, I'm like, do we really need to have a bunch of Western devs who bought out this entire show?
Dude.
Really pat each other on the back? Is that what we need right now? Dude, do I want to interrupt my trailer viewing so that you can pat yourself on the back?
Right. I'm just like, what are the like some of the freaking categories?
Dude, have you looked at the Board of Advisors?
Well, Board of Advisors is... I know Bobby Kotick is on there, right?
So he is, and then also the president of Activision, Robert Kostich, which those are two different people.
Whoa!
By the way,
there's a Bobby Kostich and a Bobby Kotick.
Bobby Kotick and Robert Kostich, which is a whole fucking ordeal.
God, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And they're like the president and CEO respectively.
Okay.
Yeah, and like all of Epic Games is on the board. that Ubisoft has representation. That Epic Games. Who else? There's a couple others that are like, oh yeah, of course you're involved with making the show run, which is why, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just we know what you're here for, James. Just click it.
Which one?
Best fighting game.
No, I already know about best fighting game.
Yeah, but has everyone else sat and laughed at it yet?
Oh God. Okay. All
yeah. I mean, if we're just gonna do it.
Here we go. Best fighting game. Where is that? Best fighting.
Best fighting, love.
I mean, does Demon Slayer even count?
It's an arena brawler.
Right. So that Strive, Melty Blood, Nickelodeon, and Virtua Fighter.
Which, I mean, is just a re-release of a re-release of a re-release.
I mean, honestly, if this category of Strive doesn't win, I don't know what the hell is wrong with them. So, well, we'll just say that they probably got bought out by one of the other companies or something.
Yeah, it's like no good comes of this.
Right. No, wasn't there like a most anticipated game? What the hell?
I mean,
an award for stuff that hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
The sequel to The Legend of Zelda: Breath of Wild. It doesn't even have a name yet.
Yeah.
And we have this. Oh man.
Did Hades come out this year? Because that should be a nominee for Best Game of the Year.
Best community support. Oh, I see. This is just how well they... Because isn't there something like Best Esports Sponsor or something like that? I thought...
Oh, I think that's the VGAs.
Oh,
and this is TGA.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What is Best Ongoing? Oh, I see. Franchises that just never stop.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hades was last year.
Okay.
So yeah, like, I mean, look at the Game of the Year nominations right now. And, like...
Deathloop? It Takes Two?
So, let's be really honest here. Village probably should win it.
Did you play through Village? I forget.
I've watched it, and I have friends who have played it, and, like... Look, as someone who fucking loves Metroid, Dread doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. Okay.
If Dread wins it, it's either A, because they're just giving bonus points to Nintendo, or B, somebody hated Resident Evil.
But, I mean, what about, like, Ratchet and Clank? Like,
I can't speak to that one.
Right, I'm just wondering.
I can't speak to Ratchet and Clank, but my concern is that I haven't heard much about it. That game looked amazing, and I didn't hear shit.
I didn't even know it was out. I didn't even know it was out because I haven't heard anything about it. Like, I thought I'd be seeing it all over my timeline.
Okay.
People playing.
Jehudi, I'm going to say no. It is a good Metroidvania, and it's sadly one of the best Metroid games in the franchise, but it's not the best.
Okay.
It is a completely fine Metroidvania, and it's probably better at fulfilling the name Metroidvania than most of the Metroidvanias I've played in the past few years. Like, I loved the Toho one. It's a shit Metroidvania. It's like in name only.
What is Deathloop? It Takes Two is like one of those team games, right? Where two people or something.
Deathloop it's interesting. It's basically you're like a hitman, but every time you die, you start the day over. Like
it's Majora's Mask thing, right?
Yeah, so Majora's Mask, except you're a fucking hitman.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would be more expectant to see something like a Deathloop or a Psychonauts or a Ratchet and Clank to win it over Resident Evil, or because I mean, I don't even remember, people going nuts about Village either, right?
Yeah, no, Village did really well for itself. Its biggest problem was just like timing.
Right. Yeah.
Like, as I know a couple people who like just never got around to it, but really were excited for it. I know some people who couldn't afford it when it came out.
Right. Looper is the God, what's his name? Freaking
Is that the one where he's like teleporting or some shit?
Isn't Looper the one that's Bruce Willis is the old version of Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Thank you. I kept about to say Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and I was like, no, that's the Home Improvement kid, not the Third Rock from the Sun kid. Yeah, no, that one's not about time looping, dying, and starting over again. That's not. It doesn't have that, so...
Yeah, but also everyone was on Lady Dimitrescu's bits, And
that's right. She was in Village. That's right.
And the thing is that like I kind of keep an eye on some of the speedrunning communities and them kind of talking about how impressively Village is constructed.
Oh,
like on a deeper level. And
right.
The thing is that looking at how the game was deeply constructed actually started to make Resident Evil 2 remake fall apart. Like the more you understand the game, the more you realize it's not meant to be taken seriously. It's meant for that 1 or 2 casual playthroughs and you're done. Because the more you understand it, the more it just makes you mad.
Wait, 2 does? 2 remake? Really? Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of weird things about how they handle like criticals and like damage properties and stuff like that.
Right.
It's kind of corny.
Yeah.
I'm just a word I'm going to use, but like Village is.
Oh no! What are you doing, Jasmine? Stop it, Jasmine.
But apparently, Village is extremely well constructed. Like especially like it's scripting and everything.
Right.
Yeah, like it works really well. Yeah, I don't know anything about It Takes Two. I don't think I've even heard of it.
Oh, I've definitely heard of it, but I've seen a lot of people like because like I think you can play it co-op as 2 people or something like that. I can't remember.
Or maybe you should.
Right.
No, 2 Remake is fun. I like it a lot. It was definitely like one of the greatest like events of that year.
Right.
But it's like Dread made me super happy for just not failing miserably, but now that like that buzz is worn off, I've definitely got more gripes with it. It's still better than Samus Returns though, which is all I asked of it.
What the heck, Loop Hero? Did they just copy the Guitar Hero logo?
It's a parody of it, but the game's actually the game is actually really cool.
Okay.
Just the logo is just a parody.
Okay.
But the game is not. The game is fascinating.
I was just like, what the heck? Wait a second.
Why are you being a butthole? Stop it.
Because she's hungry. She's trying to get all of our attention right now.
Booper.
Yeah.
Best mobile game. Like,
I mean,
can you imagine being on the board having to decide that? You have to go through thousands and thousands of crap first.
I mean, isn't Genshin Impact going to just win this if it's here? Yeah, because I know a lot of people have been talking about this one, right?
Yeah. That's probably going to be like undefeated.
By the way, I hate the fact that every time I hit back, it returns me to having
like a loading screen.
Yeah, and I have to click all categories again, which
actually, isn't this the one also where best esports athlete? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm FGC. I don't know a single one of these guys.
Let me see. Chris Simpler, Showmaker, Collapse, Simple. Simple was the one that lost to Sonic Fox the one year, and like everybody was super mad about it.
Vaguely.
And even Simple came out and was like, you know what, this this is garbage or whatever. So like I remember during our end of the year UltraChenTV awards for best fighting game player, I gave it to Simple. So just to make up for it.
Yeah, but again, that's the whole thing. Like that's how far separated esports is from the FGC. Is that most of the guys in the FGC are going to look at that and be like, I have no idea who any of them are. But most guys in the rest of esports are going to look at almost everyone in our community. It's like, I have no idea who this person is.
Right. Yeah, I mean, best role playing Cyberpunk. That game was like super busted, right? I mean, that game didn't even.
Yeah, a lot of people considered it unplayable when it launched.
Right. It's definitely,
Yeah, our ecosystems are just so separated.
Esports game, not even a fighting game listed here at all, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, that's just how small fighting games really are.
I mean, the thing is that this one, I'm also going to argue more than usual about because it's teams and not 1v1. Because I think that's still one of the biggest things that separates fighting games from the greater esports is that we have to play 1v1. And that changes the dynamic in thousands of ways. But I think in terms of winning Best Esports Game Award, I think we're fucked explicitly. Because what's better than 2 people playing? 10!
Right, yeah. And yeah, esports event is never going to have a fighting game on there because, these events here are gigantic. Crazy multi-billion-dollar productions here, and nothing in the FGC is gonna even remotely come close to any of this stuff over here. I mean, if we can't even get like a Red Bull Kumite on there, what I mean, we're not gonna get anything on there. So Anyways,
speaking of Red Bull Kumite and leading into in-person events,
yes.
I noticed something this weekend.
Okay.
So, CEO was this weekend.
Yes.
Which was really cool. We got to see...
Fantastic event.
Got to see people from, a distance, because I certainly didn't go.
Right.
Because I'm not going to Florida.
Yeah.
But I got to see all these guys and, doing their tournaments and having their games and everything. I was like, hell yeah. And then I noticed that there's no SNK games on the main stage. So I was like, damn it. And then I thought about it and I was like, oh yeah. Because the games that are on main stage right now have playable netcode. Which means that nobody dropped them, so they're still playing them.
Yeah. I mean, Samurai Showdown, say the line,
Say the line, Bart.
Say the line, Bart. Yeah. Probably would be being played. Probably would have been there if it had netcode and people were still playing it during the pandemic. Honestly,
which gives me a hell of a lot. Again, more hope for KOF 15. Like we were saying all year until they said it, is that 15 needs rollback.
Right.
Especially because look at the state of the world. It's not getting significantly better anytime soon.
Right.
We need to be able to play offline, or we need to be able to play online so that eventually we can play it offline.
Right. I mean, here's the thought. Look, Speedwagon says, if it was for game reveals that may appeal to you, 99% of the people here wouldn't even consider watching the Game Awards. And, there's a lot of truth to that, too. I mean, that's the crazy part, right? Like, if you think about something like the Oscars or even the Grammys or the Emmys, right? They don't reveal any new stuff. Like, there's no, hey, welcome to the Oscars. Here's a special trailer. Here's the new Marvel trailer. They don't actually do that.
Yeah,
right?
because the Oscars isn't trying to sell you on anything coming soon.
Right, and they're really trying to actually reward people. And, that's where, the Game Awards are doing at least a pretty admirable job of trying to do something similar, but they know they can't get anyone to watch unless they do.
Well, it's because still, video games are different than movies and music.
Right.
Is that we're still a subgenre of entertainment.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, exactly. I agree with that, Gundam Jehudi Kai. Trying to compare Game Awards to the Oscars. It's just not even. We're not there yet.
No, we're nowhere near close. So we have to have sponsors who want to show things.
Right.
That's why you also get companies like Razer and stuff who are sponsoring events, because then it's now we have ways to advertise our new peripherals. Mm-hmm. You're not going to go to the Oscars and then advertise your camera.
Yeah.
But all you have to do is kick into the Oscars Foundation or whatever, whatever.
Right. Well, to be fair, the big blockbuster movies aren't going to win Best Picture.
Most of the time, that's not their goal.
Right.
Most of the time.
Right. It's very different. And that's the thing, right? We're the Oscars again. My brother is all into movies, and I follow the before when I used to hang out with my brother at work every day, and we would talk about this all the time. I see what the pattern is. So a lot of people I know out there don't like the Oscars because they feel like it's another one of those rich people patting themselves on the back kind of thing. But there is a lot of appeal for movie fans out there because they actually do genuinely reward the quality out there,
But that being said, at least for some people also, you get the hobby of the betting pool.
Yeah.
Oscar betting is fun as hell.
But no, honestly, no. So again, Carlito, that's a bad way to look at it. So apparently, Deer Hunter in 1970 was in theaters for less than a month before it won Film of the Year. That's intentional.
Yeah, that's bait, basically.
Yeah, because remember, these movies, they intentionally save their most Oscar-worthy films to come out at the end of the year, so it's fresh in their mind.
The term is recency bias.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why, even just now I mentioned, once the buzz of Dread wore off, now I've been thinking about it more critically.
Yeah.
And there's, I remember, when I walked out of the first X-Men movie, that was my favorite movie ever.
Right.
And then once the buzz wore off, I was like, I really hope the second one's really good.
Yeah, no, January and February is where shit movies go. If your movie comes out in January, February, you're basically garbage, unless now Marvel is kind of changing that situation here. So
because, the thing is, it's brilliant because hey, all the shit comes out. how about we take all the sales?
Yeah, basically.
I could see this pile of shit or the new Marvel movie. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna see the Marvel movie
When is Multiverse
instead.
of Madness coming out?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
I can barely keep track of when Spider-Man comes out, and that's in like a week or two.
Yeah, so Best Picture, that's the thing about Oscars is their sales is not what their concern is, right?
Yeah, there are movies that win Oscars that haven't been like barely seen in the States.
Now, so here's the thing, right? Now, obviously, there are a lot of situations where the winner of the Oscars is kind of like a paid kind of thing. Shakespeare in Love, when it won that one year, was definitely... So the Miramax and the Weinsteins were very notorious for giving people gift baskets and all these wonderful things and kind of influencing.
I mean, I still don't even like the posters that say "for your consideration."
Yeah, and so there's a lot of that does happen. Like, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, if you talk to cinephiles, if you talk to people like my brother who literally watch almost everything that comes out for that year, the Best Picture nominees for the Oscars tend to be
really fucking good.
Like the 80-90% of the films are absolutely the best movies of the year, right? Like, it's legit.
At least in a more objective sense.
Right, yeah. And what's interesting, too, is the Oscars used to be 5 Best Picture nominees. They expanded to 10 to try to include more popular movies in there. And all it did was end up making 5 more indie movies that nobody knows. Yeah. But every once in a while, like, one of the popular movies will make it in there. But, I think, wasn't Black Panther nominated one year? I'm not even sure. But
for something.
Yeah. Dude, I would like a synchronized gift basket.
God, you beat me to it. I was about to say that, too.
God damn it. Both. Oh my god.
We really should at least make like a sticker run or something.
A sticker?
Yeah.
Oh, stickers?
Yeah, like the little logo down there that you see on the bottom left of your screen.
Yeah, that's true. We should definitely do like some sort of merch. I mean, I've been wanting to do Chensor Dynasty merch for a long time. It's just that I'm not good at graphic design, and
Well, I mean, I definitely got a homie to do this, and I definitely.
Well, no, I mean, I'm gonna work with Auric and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
that's
that.
right. Yeah, you've got a guy.
Yeah, I've got a guy. It's just I know he's been busy, and probably gonna ramp stuff up in January while everything is kind of in a everybody is in recovery mode. So
I know you do, Rune. I know. But I still actually want to give a shout out to that logo because I'm really happy with how that came out.
Cone says, I will consider you for best Twitch show if you send a gift basket. There we go. We got it on deck, dude.
Right. We got one vote. We got about 30 million to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Black Panther and Joker. That's right. Joker did get Best Picture nod. So they do try to put...
and actually didn't fucking Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, yeah, I think got nominated as well. So again, I mean, that's just the thing, right? I mean, when you look at the Game Awards and stuff like that, it's very clearly that these awards do lean towards like the AAA big stuff, right? And that's the tricky part because, and here's another thing too. Honestly, like, being a video game fan is hard. I've talked to my brother about this movies, there's a lot of movies that come out in the year. For sure. Still, they're all about 2 hours long. And there's really actually not that many movies that come out in a year. You can catch most of them if you're a cinephile, right? If you love movies, you'll not see some of the, like, here's the latest, Pauly Shore movie or whatever, right? I mean, he doesn't even make movies anymore.
Just say Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson. Well, I mean, Wes Anderson gets nominated a lot for stuff, though, right?
Yeah, but it's like you got the new Wes Anderson movie, and you're like, okay, and I can squeeze that in next to this thing.
Right, but I'm just talking about, like, there's definitely movies
the schlock.
that you don't need to watch, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is that as a video game fan, it's like, hey, I want to play all the best video games of the year. It's December before, let's say the Video Game Awards was in January. I want to play all the best games. What did I miss? Let's go play Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, 60-hour RPG.
Yeah, It's like it's
a fighting game, which is going to be 5 minutes of your life or the rest of it.
Right. Exactly. And it's really, really hard to do it properly. So, who knows? Maybe some of these indie games that do come out are just like some of the most miraculous things out there, right? Like, are we awarding stuff like, you showed me the trailer for Baba Is You. No, you showed me the first few stages of that. And, like, that's genius, like, design, right? And, like, would a game like that...
Yeah, it has to be like an indie awards show for best new puzzle game.
Right.
And that's the only way it's going to get the proper accolades.
Right, exactly, right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting.
Because that's the thing. Like, hit best indie. Just do me this favor. It's in the middle left side. There you go.
Okay, yeah, okay.
How in the fuck did you manage to narrow down all of the year's indie games to 5?
Right.
Because I doubt the other 20,000 were complete shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Especially in the indie department.
And what constitutes indie?
Right, and there's probably more indie games that come out in a year than movies in a year. Like, at all.
Probably more.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, more, for sure.
No, more than more. Like,
oh, yeah.
Probably, like, more indie games in a year, or in a few months, than probably 2 years of film.
Right.
Because when you look at Itch.io, that shit's nuts.
Right. There are people are just churning stuff out, like, constantly. I'm not saying that, like they're churning out bad quality McDonald's food or something, but people are making games.
But
like
what is the scope on indie?
Right, exactly. It probably just has...
I hope it's not a certain number of individuals, because that's kind of psychotic.
Right, like, the only way you can determine it is budget, right? But...
Budget or publishing rights? Like, did Activision publish you, or are you self-published?
Right.
That would probably have a hand in it, too.
Yeah, honestly, Minecraft was an indie game. And absolutely was
100%.
an indie game, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was. No question.
Like, for me, indie...
Look at Iconoclasts. That game was fire! 90% of that game was made by one dude.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Was one of the best-selling indie games of, like, that year.
Hell, Guilty Gear was an indie game, right? Because Daisuke Ishiwatari made the music, he created the sprites, he voice acted the main character, he did the game design, like, he literally did everything for that game.
Yeah,
so.
Fucking auteur.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. Undertale, absolutely. One dude.
Yeah, and that's just the thing, right? It's just like, Stardew Valley, one dude. I feel like a lot of it is just, this is what I mean, right? We don't have a lot of this stuff to find. In the Oscars, sometimes those indie movies that come out that are that amazing, they get nominated. Sometimes they win. You know what I mean? Now, it's harder because for sure the movies with the big productions will have a lot of more power, to be able to get there. But...
I'm one of the people that, like, I still consider, like, Yacht Club. At least a few years ago, I kind of think they were indie,
right?
And I definitely would have put Shovel Knight as my game of the year,
right?
I love Shovel Knight.
Yeah, dude. The funny thing about the 5-minute text adventure game for a class, dude. My friends used to make role-playing RPGs on the graphing calculators.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we used to make that, like, you run into an enemy. Do you choose attack, defend, or whatever? And it would, like, randomize the damage and stuff. And, in fact, one of our friends made a Star Wars graphing calculator game where you actually had to, like, shoot, like, TIE fighters and try to kill the Death Star and stuff. And Cone would play that every lunch. He also played a fighting game that one of our friends made, and...
Okay.
On a graphic calculator.
I definitely was playing the mini games from Power Stone on the Dreamcast VMU.
Oh God, that's right.
Best thing about that whole game.
Yeah, I mean, right now I just imagine Investigation Cone yelling "banana attack" at home because that was definitely one of the things that you could do in that fighting game.
But then, I mean, again, so like if we're talking about if Yacht Club is indie, what about Way Forward?
Yeah,
is Way Forward indie? If Yacht Club's indie,
exactly. What are you doing, Jasmine?
Because like
Jasmine, stop being such a butt right now.
Because I feel like that. Like I think Way Forward probably should be like where you stand on that fence. Is Way Forward indie? Yes or no? If they are, well then everything else below them is. But if they're not, then because they're pretty big. You know, Shantae is like a whole ass franchise, and it's like gotten so big now. Then they got to make Contra 4.
Someone up there said, which one was it? There was a game that someone mentioned up there that I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember what it is now. Someone did say waiting for me to make my own fighting game. I mean, that'd be cool, but I probably don't have the ability to do that by myself. Right?
Yeah, so, no. I think making a legitimate fighting game by yourself, like not a smaller one or a gimmick one, but like a legitimate, like Super Nintendo or higher.
Yeah.
As one man is the fuck.
Right. I mean,
unless you got like 10 years and you're using Mugen.
Unless you're Daisuke, right? I mean, but he was at a studio, right? And two, or the guy who made the Kanta no whatever thing, right? I mean, that guy is you know that game, right?
I would need the whole name of it.
Oh God! Somebody have the whole name of that thing?
Oh yeah, that's right. Hades did just straight up win last year. So
Ultra Fight Da Kanta 2 on Steam. Like, this game is literally...
It looks like it just is in the Mugen engine.
No, this guy... Well, I mean, it looks like it, but this guy just made the whole game himself, basically. Yeah. Like, this is just, like... And I've seen people play it, and apparently people really...
Apparently it's actually good kind of thing?
Yeah, like, it's one of those, like, it's busted, but, like, it just has this crazy, like... appeal and
it has a charm.
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly. French Bread is definitely an indie studio, I would imagine. So, I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah, because now that they're getting published by larger,
right?
That changes things a bit. They're definitely an indie studio.
It's just legs, isn't it? It's like a Silent Hill 2.
Yeah,
monster.
Apparently,
it's got a fish. Maybe it's a fish with legs. I think it is.
I am highly confused. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
I'm trying to find the there's like a Maui head kind of statue character in this game too. Yeah, Moai, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that.
So I mean, and here's the thing, though, is that after SNK closed their Western offices, they've been published by others around the world. Does that mean SNK is indie now?
Right,
by these definitions? You see this problem.
Right. And that's just the whole thing. It's like, honestly, by nature, having the best indie category is kind of a problem by nature.
You have to figure out exactly how to quantify it. Right.
I mean, like, it's funny because, like, there is a lot of that stuff. Like, so, in other words, like, talking about, rigging the Oscars and stuff like that, who's nominated for actor and best supporting actor is always an actress, and supporting actress is just up to the whim of the people promoting the movie, right? So there was a movie recently called The Favorite, I think is what it was called. And, the two main actresses of the movie were nominated for supporting actress, and like a supporting character was nominated for main actress. So it's just like, what? I mean, one of the funny ones too is like, best foreign film exists in Oscars, right?
Which is fucking arrogant.
Right. One year, Crouching Tiger was nominated for Best Picture and also for Foreign Picture of the Year. Can you imagine what would have happened if Crouching Tiger did not win the Best Foreign category? That would have been like, wait, how is one of the movies nominated for Best Movie of the Year, not the winner of the foreign? It's just like...
No, it's the thing I like to refer to this as, it's the rule of pornography.
You don't know what it is until you see it?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay.
That's exactly it. Like, basically, the legal definition, they never will say, like, if this is visible and this is occurring or something.
Yeah.
Well, if they are having activity, and it basically just comes down to, you know what, I'll know it when I see it.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, honestly...
I just love how you looked at me like I was crazy, and then you knew exactly.
Right. The Game Awards will be legit when there's no indie category. Because you can't really make that separation. You know what I mean? Like, indie...
I mean, I'll tell you, I think the gaming will be legitimate when that happens.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, we have all the problem right now that I know we've talked about this a million times outside of stream of the whole, there is only AAA and indie these days. There's nothing in the middle. And it's funny too, because I've actually heard the same problem is happening to movies right now. And it is one of the negatives of the Marvel explosion. Is that it's just like you're either like crazy AAA Marvel movie or you're an independent movie now, and there's very little room for the middle ground over there, and so that problem that's been plaguing video games for the past few years is apparently heading towards, is affecting the movie industry.
Yeah, because I mean, like you can make a high budget, really nice artsy game, and it still winds up being a AAA title or an indie,
right?
And regardless of the quality of these games.
Right.
Like think about like Life is Strange, and then you think about like everything from Quantic Dream.
Right. And what would you qualify Cadence of Hyrule? Right? Isn't that what it was called?
Yeah.
Cadence of Hyrule.
So it was an indie game that got a spin-off by a AAA studio.
Right. Like What would you even quantify?
So I'm gonna say that's an indie studio who got a big break from the big company.
Yeah, basically.
Like that's But I mean, if you wanted to nominate that for the awards, nope.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've always felt like what they should do.
Actually, go back to categories real quick. It just occurred to me.
Okay, what are you looking for here?
Is there a best music game or best rhythm game?
No, I don't think so.
Of course not.
I don't think so. There's no like music category or anything like that.
I really think that they need to cover more genres then.
So this is kind of what I was saying should happen with, like I've always said this should happen with the Grammys, but the problem with the Grammys is that you can't do this without actual physical judges, and this is all voted on. But I mean, honestly, Grammys... video games as well should just have separate categories, and whichever wins all those categories all gets put into the best game of the year, and then you do like a best in show. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the way to go.
Best art direction. Where is that? Okay. Oh, this is about to hurt, isn't it?
Let's see. The Artful Escape.
Actually, that makes sense.
Heard of that. Deathloop, Kenner Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet Clank.
No. No, that's fair. That is actually kind of hurtful. Like, they look good, but it's very obvious. Like, the first one is the quirky choice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, just looking at these screenshots, I feel like Kena or even Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, but I mean, see, that's the question, right?
I would need to see the whole game of Artful Escape, because, like, I feel like that one screenshot also is not doing that game any justice.
Right, But, I mean, even something like Deathloop, like, is that, would you consider that more, like, crazy art direction, right? Like, for example...
Absolutely not.
Here's the thing, right? And I know, obviously...
It's stylish.
I know I'm going to be biased because of the genre that we play... But how is Guilty Gear Strive not on here? Like, honestly, for an art direction and creating a video game, recreating the 2D sprites, anime look...
Here's the thing. Is but one big reason I'm going to 100% agree with you is because it certainly should be over Deathloop.
Right.
Deathloop is stylish, but... No, Strive really should be kicking the shit out of that.
Right, yeah. I mean, art direction. Like, Strive is clearly an art direction. You know what I mean? No, I mean,
especially
like Fantasy versus...
not just, like, the art style and the engine and everything, but, the stage transition stuff.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Fucking, when you hit with a charged dust, you get the musical slowdown, and then you get the zoom in and shit.
Yeah. I mean, obviously some people might be mad because they don't like the way that the life bars look, and, maybe they don't like counters showing up on the screen or the combo hits, but I'm just talking about art direction, about how you specifically went a certain direction to make it look a certain way, right? So
yeah. Now, admittedly, Psychonauts 2, I haven't played it, but if it's anything like Psychonauts 1, it probably should be there because there's just so much going on.
Right. Just for me, like, art direction is indicates a different kind of thing, right? I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's impossible for me to say because I haven't played most of these games. I don't know anything about most of these games, and so it's really hard for me to say.
I mean, I would honestly put about 30% of Metroid Dread up here.
Okay.
It's just the fact the other 70% falls short of that 30%.
Okay.
Like some of the parts where you see like little creatures running around in the backgrounds and plants doing weird shit.
Yeah.
And, like,
no, see, like that's a good one. Like El Gordo Supreme says, Dragon Ball Fighters for the year it came out probably should have won for art direction because, I mean, there are times that I've seen clips and I wasn't sure if it was the anime or the game.
Okay, there's a good reason for that because did you watch the Super Brawly movie?
No.
Some of the fight scenes, they just used fighters as engine to choreograph it.
Are you serious?
Yes.
No, is that known? Is that like that's actually they just admitted that?
Yeah, they used the Dragon Ball Fighters engine to do some of the fight scenes in the Super Brawly movie.
Really? That's amazing.
Yeah, it was like part of some like actual like trade that they did. Like they were like, yeah, let's just fucking do that. I mean, you have whole fucking franchises and series now that are done in 3D engines.
Yeah.
Might as well at least use it to shortcut some of the animation shit and do really cool shit. Yeah.
That's
definitely happened.
That's fascinating. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, this is not about SNK here. We're definitely just ranting about video games again.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that if they're going to be at the awards tomorrow, might as well be talking about the awards.
Right.
Because if I recall correctly, also worth noting here is that I believe the Game Awards also is partly sponsored or connected to Koch Media, who are publishing the game in Europe.
Oh, are they? KOF, are they?
I believe that's all how this works.
Okay. Interesting. But,
they just straight didn't have an art direction award for Exerd. That's okay, fair.
Yeah.
Because, God, that game was gorgeous. Yeah. Like, when that dropped, fucking, there was nothing like it. Yeah. I'm just gonna...
You're gorgeous.
You're breathtaking.
That's what it was. Breathtaking, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Metal Slug Tactics.
Yeah. See, that's a...
I mean, I still want to know if that game is actually pixels or if it's voxels. Because I don't know for sure.
Right. Is it like 3D, pixely kind of thing?
Yeah, voxels.
Voxels. Interesting.
Yeah, like, do you remember the game Fez?
Yeah.
Same concept. They're voxels. Okay. They are actual three-dimensional pixels.
Right.
It's literally how they work. Or is the easiest way to describe them anyway. They're little, but yeah, they're three-dimensional pixels.
There's a Steam sale for Game Awards games. Inexplicably, KOF 14 is there. Well, there you go.
Huh. I wonder how that could be. Also, fucking Hot Wheels is on sale right now on Steam, and I'm like...
Hot Wheels?
Hot Wheels Unleashed? The closest thing to an F-Zero game we got this year?
Wait, what?
Fuck it, let's just put the trailer on. Hot Wheels Unleashed. I've been really debating buying it.
Hot Wheels Unleashed. Yeah, honestly, my brain is so...
Oh, it's apparently nominated on Racing Game. Just screaming at me, buy it now. Okay.
Honestly, like, one of the hardest parts is that I'm so entrenched into fighting games. I paid so little attention.
So I've been following this game since like March or something, and I was like,
there was one point in time where I could keep up with everything, and that was when I actually checked Joystick every day. But Joystick, that kind of site doesn't really exist anymore. You know what I mean? So like, it's hard for me to follow stuff anymore.
There's nobody who does just like low key gaming news.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Like, hey, this game exists. Hey, this game exists.
Right. Actually, yeah. I mean, I could probably get this on Steam as well. That'll give me an excuse to bust out my crazy ass controller that I got for the computer. So, oh yeah, Investigation could join because I forgot. I think it was Evo. Dude, where's the thing? I have it.
That's a good ass question. Does Hot Wheels Unleashed have rollback? I don't know if you can hear him, but he is laughing.
Yeah, no, that is an absolute 100% legit question right there, dude. Yeah, but like Evo was sponsored by this, I think. Or something was sponsored by the Fusion controller, the Xbox controller, and I got one of these things. This is that super crazy thing with the faceplate that you can take off and everything like that.
I mean, I know Victrix made one similar to it as well recently.
Yeah,
I actually have Victrix's one.
You
It's
can put
sick.
the little paddle buttons on the back and everything. Like, this thing is actually ridiculous. And I opened it up and I was like, I don't play PC games. But now, you know, this might actually work. It's a really nice controller. I was like, wow, this thing is ridiculous.
But yeah, I was fortunate enough to get the Victrix equivalent of that, and it's fucking cool. All the different faceplates and fucking like little doodads, and like you can set the dead zone for your triggers.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, online racing game, the reason why the rollback netcode is not as important for racing games is if you are not doing a peer-to-peer connection, and this is one of the biggest things. So the reason why Parsec works for some games is because what you have is the state of the game is known to a host, and the clients get the state of the game. Peer-to-peer is nobody has an official state of the game. It's being calculated between two players at the same time.
So it's two guys behind a table arguing with each other without having all the information.
Right, exactly. And so the reason why racing games, MOBAs, those FPS team games and stuff, you connect to an official Riot server, Activision server, whatever. The state of the game is there. So as you're moving and playing, it sends those informations to the server. The server determines what the actual state is and gives it back to the game, right? And so that's how things snap into play a little bit more. The reason why rollback is so important for fighting games in particular is because two people are playing, and the official state of the game can only be processed by both of the machines at once, and they have to stay synced with each other, basically. Goddamn. Runeclaw, Jesus.
I'm gonna let you have that one.
Yeah. Oh god, no, Mario Kart James is salt. Like, that's the only dangerous part.
Yeah,
so.
but because also like randomized weapons are bullshit.
Yeah,
and
true,
the fact that they're weighted to if you're winning or losing, that's kind of bullshit. When you take weapons out of the equation, you're going to be a lot better off.
I mean, honestly, like, once I actually started learning how to avoid blue shells in Mario Kart DS, I started enjoying it more. You know, because it was funny.
Yeah, but then lightning exists.
We played Mario Kart DS at work every once in a while, and we would get 8 people to play, and we would just sit there and like all take an hour break at the same time and go play some Mario Kart. And I was just like, blue shells are BS. They're so stupid. Like, they're, because my whole philosophy on that, they're just like the worst balanced item in video game history and stuff like that. And like my coworkers are like, yeah, but notice something, James. You're the only one getting hit by them, so it makes it fun for everybody else, right? And I was like, damn it. And so once I started learning how to dodge them, then it was starting to become kind of a problem. Yeah, I still remember that we at that office, it was one of the most hilarious things. It was like we actually started switching to doing 4v4 team races, so it was more fun because that way we could balance it out, and not one person would dominate.
So this is precisely why I don't play Mario Party.
Oh yeah,
because it's like you're gonna have all that same bullshit, but guess what? Your skill matters less.
Right? Yeah. But there was one time, because like I said, I was always in the front, and I was and so I was sitting there and like trying to catch up to the other person who was in first place on the other team, right? And one of his teammates was like, I got a blue shell. And he was like, don't fire it. And we're sitting there racing, and then I was like, yes, I'm in first place now, right? And then the other guy was like, no, James. And everybody in the room was like, good try, James.
A valiant effort.
They're like, nice try, James. Well done, well done. And I was like, dang it. I was so sad it didn't work, dude. Oh, man.
It probably would have been fine to just be like, ha, take that.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man. But yeah, sorry, Jasmine is definitely blocking views here again. But yeah, I mean, no, that Lego game looks pretty sick. Oh, man. Where's Nintendo in our F-Zero, dude? If a new F-Zero came out, SNKronize would probably become the SNKronize / F-Zero show.
I mean, or we just start a second show about just being like little kids, like.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man, the hardest thing.
I mean, because that's literally what Nintendo's going to have to do to make me care that much about them. Otherwise, it's just like, I like Metroid. Breath of the Wild was a good game.
Yeah, maybe it will be announced tomorrow. God, if a new F-Zero game got announced tomorrow, the world would explode, I think.
I'm going to be like, well, I guess Nintendo actually decided I needed something for my birthday.
I mean, the crazy thing is, like, which one? Oh, the why I left my job. Blue shells. No, actually that would be accurate because that was the time that I actually I chose to leave the job, and then I eventually went back, and then I got let go.
Fuck your blue shirt,
But
I quit.
Like the hardest thing about making a new F-Zero game would be to make sure that they can bring back all 30 theme songs or 35 theme songs or whatever.
No, the real problem is right there. Is that Mario Kart exists and sells better.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, that's the whole thing, is if they did make a new F-Zero, they had better freaking bring back all of the racers.
Every single one.
Every single one. Do not change the way that the cards are rated so Mr. EAD could still exist, which is still a hilarious name, even more today than ever before. And then they better all have their theme songs, especially...
No, new and old ones both.
Right,
like we do with Guilty Gear. Yeah.
No. You're saying that they should
they maybe get new themes because some of those themes are ass, and some of them you could just remix them, but you keep the originals as well.
Right. No, but I'm just saying, like, even the ones that are ass, I feel like that kind of adds to the flavor of the whole thing. Like, I somehow seeing the racers in the game and some of them having ass theme songs makes sense.
Dude, James McLeod's theme is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Here's the hero.
Dude, I mean, yeah, there you go. Right right. Well, I mean, both of us agree. Was it Dr. Stewart?
Dr. Stewart's most fucking fire. Slaps.
I mean, that was the I used it in the Marvel. Dude, I'm gonna just put that video on. I'm just gonna put that video on, dude, because do I still have it on? Actually, let me see. Let me look at my channel. Do I have it on my channel, or is it still on the official Shoryuken channel? Because I gave it to them and they eventually uploaded it. Let's see here. Do I have it here?
Blood Falcons is pretty cool.
Oh God, there's a lot of this old tournament footage on here.
Dude, we are in full-blown Sidetracked Wednesday. This is fun.
Yeah, I know, and I don't mind it. I mean, this is kind of one of the things that I like, to be honest with you, that we're able to go so crazy like this. So, let me see if Evo Champion, because it might be on their channel. Oops, come on. Let's see this channel. Is that what I have to look up? Evo Championship Series. Oh my God, it doesn't even have a logo anymore. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'll say.
Whoa, O2UM.
You're like, wait a second. Let me just look up .do. Oh no. Let's look up Sanford. No, I guess it's not on here. Shoot. .do Sanford. Let's see. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, it's on Preppy. Preppy put it up on his. Oh no, this is the actual match. Here it is. It's on Tony Cannon's channel. That makes sense. Okay.
You're sure this is the right one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the right one. This is definitely the right one. So basically what happened was after this was done, we needed to show the sponsors, which was Toyota, like how crazy hype and what it was. And so Wizard, Tony, and Tom tasked me to make a video. And so I was like, all right, they gave me all the footage. So there's 2 camera videos on this. One is by Derek DeSells, who was our official cameraman at the time. The other one was me. Like, literally, we had 2 different camera angles. Anytime you see the nighttime vision, that's my camera. Anytime you see Derek's view, it's his camera there. And he had the super professional camera. Okay, so I put this together with 2, and like some of the shit that I pulled, I mean,
let it speak for itself.
I'll go back and dissect some of the shit that I did. Was like, I pulled some magic on this trailer, dude. I love this.
Powered by Yaris.
Yep. Speaking of cars and Hot Wheels and stuff.
Feet on the floor.
It's not about the hate, it's about the hype. So get over the hype. First, yeah. How many out there root for Doug? The old school, the original knife-throwing band.
I still don't know what he says there. He says Nitroid Bane Shoot. There's East Coast. Hey, it's Chris Matrix. Yeah, let's go, Chris Matrix.
Making me feel old at this point.
No personal attacks, no throwing nothing, nothing like that. Cheer for your person that you root for. Let's get this going.
Hear it.
Go get this money. Come on, everyone, get this money.
The very infamous footage of Sanford Kelly comes from this video. That's where that footage comes from. And you see it. Just gonna have a stream where I go over this video.
Point out like the history.
Tom Brady, dude. Tom Brady. Game 1 won. Who is this guy? Tragic sitting in the chair out there.
The song is still ridiculous.
The song is so good, dude.
Dude, that era, the number of people who sat on the floor.
Yeah.
Look at Lil Justin.
Yeah, I know. This is a great shot right there. It's one shot. It's so nice.
Legendary meat sticks. Yes! The classics! Dude, he took that so far!
Jay. I just love my camera cuts on there because I matched the footage so well. And Jay
Fucking Jay, holy shit.
takes off his shirt too. That scene right there that is like really a famous clip now, and I think that's a gift.
Yes, he was barefoot.
Yes. you actually see too, what's funny too is that John Cross, when he did his episode about this money match, he uses this trailer a lot. Like in the footage. He almost falls off the stage right there. 100%. Yeah, Arturo, young Art. Mike Watson down there.
Looking at this though, it also just reminds me like how different the perspectives are. Like when you see like people are always talking about like I love Combo Breaker because it feels more like that.
Right, yeah.
It doesn't feel quite like as corporate as some of the other bigger events are getting.
And people don't realize it because that's where it kind of came from, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like you can see like the old heart in it. Right. It's such a different feel.
Like it's
everyone doesn't just want to be there. They need to be there.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking see
and you know
this.
what? I will say this. This is one of the only things that I ever bet on in my life. So I apologize to Ducto. It was my fault that he lost.
Because you bet on him.
Because I bet on him, yeah. If I hadn't bet on him, he might have won. So, but I mean, like...
Yeah, soft asses make soft players.
So during the what? What?
Chairs made the FGC soft.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. But like, so the audio that you hear of Chris Lee's speech is in real time. This is actually what he says. But when he says this line here about it's not about the hate, it's about the hype, I wanted to kind of have footage that indicated that matched it. And there was the scene of them shaking hands before the match. This happened much later, right? But so like as a person, as an editor, as I was directing this, right?
Yeah, you made it. You made that work.
It would have been awkward to me because later on he's introducing Duck and Duck is standing up next to him. And to me, that kind of disconnect would be messed up. I found this random footage of Duck looking like he's about to stand up here. And I spliced that in here at the beginning. So he stands up. I switched to the crowd scene. Now
you think he's
he walked over there.
Yep.
Right? So he walked over there, here, like that. Now he's standing up over here. The disconnect isn't there. And in fact, you know, when he says this here, right here when he says this, that's not what he actually said there. Like, I had to like do it, but I cut the audio there, but I did it when he moves the mic up to his mouth and stuff. Like I just did like all this stuff here, and I was just like so proud of myself when I did that. And you know, cutting between the cameras every time I did that, like when he first does the punching here like this, like I switch the camera like that, and I was just really happy. Sorry, I'm totally
like got that like NBC production, like hit the switch.
Yeah, like I was always really proud of how I did this trailer, and I felt like I did a really good job with, you know, making it work and stuff like that. So, but yes, chairs made the FGC soft.
Yeah, that's what we learned today.
Soft asses make soft players. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was me. That was just as a side of why Dr. Stewart's theme is so great. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? One of the things that is missing from EVO horribly is the box. So before, we used to have everybody right at the stage, just like that.
Yeah,
and
like the mosh pit.
Right, and one of the hardest things is the bigger EVO got, it became a fire hazard.
Uh-huh.
And it was like we were going to get shut down. We actually had years where the fire people came in to make sure, and if that front was crowded like that, we would have gotten shut down. And so Wizard came up with the idea for the box, which basically we just got masking tape and drew a tape around like towards the front, and if you got in that space, you were there. If you missed it, it was like the mosh pit, basically. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so we had to keep a big space behind them. And sure enough, I had to be one of the people that was always walking in that space and going, clear this area, clear this area, clear this area, and stuff like that. So, KOF event footages? No, but the KOF 13, the 2 top 8s, are still some of the greatest tournament footage that you'll ever see. Fucking good. They're really, really
But they also, like, it's cool because they have so many, like relics of a bygone era of the, like, putting up a barrier so the other player can't watch your hands and shit.
Yeah.
You don't see anybody else doing that, but you see it here as if it was 10 years prior.
If you look up KOF 13 Evo top 8, you'll see a lot of the footage there. Spooky even has some of it. But what's crazy about it, like if I just go to this footage here, like if we just sit here and stare at this footage here, like this is the trailers. Ads. Sorry. Oh god.
You almost sounded like Colossus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's crazy?
Riddle possibly nervous here, gets him anyway.
Very nice by Romance. He made a comeback there.
Spoilers.
Right, like you hear the crowd a lot, and you get a lot of good crowd shots here. But I mean, like. Not like I know that there's a potential for this to sound kind of racist or something like that, but because there were so many fans from Mexico over there, it was like a fucking soccer match.
Yeah,
like
which is why it's awesome.
Right, exactly, because there are just times where they're just like going, you know, and they're just like chanting, you know, and stuff, and it's like seriously one of the best, like that one, and then the Blaze Blue top 8 with the grand finals of Dogura and Galileo are like two of the
that was
best.
Really good.
Are like some of like 3 of the best top 8s of Evo history, honestly. So
I also still enjoyed Vanilla Marvel 3.
Yeah,
that was a good
one.
That whole top 8 was really good.
One, yeah. And ads, honestly, as a YouTube content creator, I know even those brief ads generate money. So I don't ad block YouTube.
Yeah.
I just don't do it. So
now, that aside though, it's like one of the things that does kind of mitigate some of the crowd shot stuff is this was streamed, so you have all their banners and stuff from mid-show.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm splicing together footage, I don't really want that Evo banner there. I know they have to because it's like a watermark.
Yeah.
But it also is like you're not going to be able to cut a video the same way you used to.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah. But again, the reason why I had all that footage and stuff like that, even before Derek DeSales was doing that, I was the official self-appointed cameraman of Evo. I just took pictures, and that's why my Flickr has all those old Evo pictures, because I took it upon myself. I was like, someone needs to document this history. And I just took it upon myself. I literally bought my first digital camera specifically to do this. And then I bought a camcorder specifically to do this. And that's basically where it all happened. And so, yeah, that's why I just retweeted that picture of Eris from way back in like 2004.
Oh, man.
Because, let me see if I can actually find that picture. Because, like I said, I just literally retweeted that. Should be. God, I retweet a lot of shit, dude. I'm sorry.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you can always tell when I log on to Twitter because, yeah, there it is.
Mario looking ass.
Yeah, and actually one of his intros was literally him coming up in Mario music. Because remember how CEO has the music intros? We had that at Evo before. We've had those at Evo before. And what's funny about it is that, you know, we did this whole thing where we had the spotlight following the player coming up. But the problem is, you couldn't, even though there was just a spotlight up in the room up there, it's a industry job. You have to hire a professional spotlight user.
Like union guy.
Yeah,
kind of
you have to hire a union guy, and you can't. So it's just like it was hard. And then of course when we did all the stuff with like the Mario music and all that stuff like that, you know, as Evo got bigger, we couldn't do any of that anymore because it's all
licensing.
copyrighted music.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. We used to ask people what music you wanted to have, you know, coming up, and like some of the old trailers that I even have footage of them. Like you see Ryan Hart doing like some Egyptian walking, like during going down the thing and everything. And
Dude,
yeah,
I'm still mad that nobody saw Ayumi Hamasaki at the first Evo Evo Japan in Fukuoka.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
I wanted that so bad.
Oh, you're right, but we probably couldn't do that. Because the funny thing is, the whole story behind that one, and now we're just doing history stuff, was that Tom Cannon, who made one trailer, was like, I don't know what to use as background music. So he went to Napster and typed in Evolution, and that song came up, and he was like, okay. So we used it, and then every trailer afterwards, I kept using it. So it was kind of my fault because
It's perfectly fine.
yeah, Tom had never intended to use that song again, but I just decided to run with it.
But happy accidents. We take those.
And I found all these remixes of it, and for one trailer, I actually played and wrote my own version of it. Like, if I go back and go to, let me see, if I go back to my channel.
Good shit, Zilcho.
You almost have all of her albums, dude. That's funny.
Dude,
okay.
No, Ayumi's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think it was the 2000.
And the IU Trance albums are out of control. Like, some of the best CDs, period.
Let me see if I can see Evil Evolution trailers here. I think this is the one. Let me see. Oh no, it wasn't the DVD trailer. It was just actually the trailer for it coming up. Do I even have
Yeah, exactly. Full blown chef's kiss.
No, that's where I used the freaking Moulin Rouge song. It was the Evo 2005 trailer. It was just the 2005 trailer, not the DVD trailer.
Welp. Have fun with that.
Yeah. Oh, here it is, I think. Is this it here? Yeah, this is the one. It's on somebody else's channel. But
Somebody has it.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, listen. The Ayumi song here.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote and played that. Even with the crazy dissonant chords and stuff like that, dude.
Okay, so I didn't have to say it. Thank you.
What?
The chords are a little weird.
No, I did that on purpose, though. I was trying to make it sound that way, you know? I was trying to give it, like, this flair to it. Like, I did it on purpose, so, yeah. But, I actually just wrote and did that, dude. I miss making trailers back in these days, dude. Because I just had the ability to do whatever I wanted. This was the first year that it ended up in Vegas, so this is like, what's the
and F-Zero!
F-Zero music, that's right. I forgot I used my other favorite F-Zero song on this trailer. Slides on all the VPs and crap.
And is this the one that was at Hidden Valley Ranch?
I think so. Yeah, the first year I think this one was at Hidden Valley Ranch. Yeah.
It was at Green Valley Ranch?
Green Valley Ranch.
Yeah.
Valley Ranch. Yeah. Hidden Valley Ranch. I almost thought that was actually the name of it. Oh god, I'm so sick. Oh, geez.
Roll, cancel, command, grab.
Actually, that was footage that I recorded for the trailer. I can't remember how.
Tekken 5.
Oh, this was this is the first one where you could vote for the game, right? This is one of the first ones that you could vote. This wasn't the famous one, obviously. God.
Fucking MK Deception.
Yeah, this was a lot of footage that I recorded for the trailer. I remember recording a lot of this.
CFJ.
Oh my god, so good. KOF.
there was KOF02,
this
and then
is-
they obviously didn't win.
Yeah, line footage and crowd footage from the Pomona years here.
Yeah.
There's Potter. You see him, dude? Oh my god, he looks so small, dude.
But, yeah, so I definitely just played KOF02 in the BYOC area because it definitely didn't work.
Right. And see, all this camera footage is my footage. This camera footage wouldn't exist without. See, here's the intros.
Damn, fucking KittyKaboooom. Exactly the thing you were talking about. Dude, looking so delinquent.
I even put the song over it.
It works way too well.
Yeah.
You can totally do that mashup. Yeah. Just wait till tomorrow. We'll probably have something at the Game Awards.
Oh wait, there's more. This was first time, and yeah, that's right. We teamed up with MLG this year. This was the disaster.
Yeah, this is definitely Hidden Valley Ranch.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
Oh yeah.
MLG was such a mistake, and this is where I like try to fake like different moments from the year and stuff like this, which probably
The lies and
yeah, which wasn't probably a good idea because it kind of cheapens 37 anyway. So. All the folks. The funny thing is I still have these trailers on my hard drive on like a disk. I should upload it to my channel, honestly. I should just put them in there.
I really wanted to look through this footage to see if I could ever find a buddy of mine who was actually there, but just like somewhere hidden in the sidelines.
Right.
Oh man. But yeah, no, I definitely went to the Hidden Valley Ranch one. And
Yeah, because it was Green Valley Ranch, then it was Red Rock, then back to the Green Valley Ranch. Then we finally got onto the Strip with Tropicana, which was another disastrous event. Honestly, it was.
yeah,
that.
so I didn't go. So I went to the first Hidden Valley Ranch, and then what was my? I think my next one after that was 2011 Vanilla Marvel.
Oh dang! So you took a break then? Okay.
Too much trying to get the rest of my life together.
Yeah.
Which was awful.
See some dressing.
Man, that whole decade can fuck off,
Yeah,
really.
No, I mean, the MLG disaster. One of these days, I should just do a whole stream talking about that MLG disaster, dude. Like,
yeah, because I remember watching some of it, and I was like an outsider at that point. I didn't know shit, and I still saw it catching fire.
right. I mean, let's put it this way. One of the reasons why I hate MLG is because, like, they just didn't know what they were doing. So they ran Halo and Smash that year, and basically on Saturday, they squashed us into about 1/5 of the ballroom so they could set up all their stuff. Tom and Tony went up to the guys who were running MLG and was like, hey, so on Sunday we do top 8 for the games. We can do Smash Brothers and Halo for you guys on our setup and, you know, broadcast the top 8.
Everyone can work together.
And we can watch the audience and stuff like that. You know what the MLG guy says? They said, why would we do that? Who watches video games?
Then why are you MLG? Like, why are you building this whole thing to not let people watch it?
That's exactly what they said. And then, while they were doing their Halo top finals on their side, while we were doing the top 8, MLG told us to shut up because we were being too loud and disturbing the Halo players while MVC2 was going on. Mm-hmm. So we had to tell everybody be quiet during MVC2.
Yeah. I definitely would have gotten louder, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is,
And then
this is literally the foundation of the esports and FGC divide.
Yes.
Literally the groundwork for it.
Yeah, and then one of the other things too was that all of the MLG staff weren't doing their job because they were too distracted watching MVC2.
But who watches video games?
But who watches video games, dude? Like,
dude, honestly, that should be like another tagline, like something we could put on the screen, on a stream or something sometime, or on a shirt. Who watches video games?
Oh god, oh god, oh man. No, but I mean that's where that's where my MLG hatred came from. Why I was always so anti-MLG.
No, and again, like I was at that one. I'm as an outsider, I still watched some of that happen. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And I talked to someone who knew things better than I did. In that area, and I was like, so what the hell is going on with Smash? Like, they're trying to run Smash but aren't, and then like, oh yeah, MLG's doing this, and then they're trying to work together. I was like, okay, and then I walk over like, this is not working, is it?
Yeah, and I remember when they squashed us on Saturday into that corner, like me and Visant were playing Super Turbo and people were just running into us the whole entire time and stuff, and it was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel good because I can talk about this shit because MLG just basically doesn't exist anymore. So, like, I'm not going to be making any enemies here or whatever like that. So, but I mean, that's why when MLG...
I mean, honestly, like, most of the people who were probably involved, they're probably involved in NFTs at this point.
Oh, God, don't say that.
Just calls them how I see them.
It's all right. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry, we've completely gone off the rails here.
I don't think there's much else, though, like, that's popped up over the past few days. I feel like there was, like, maybe one thing, but...
Well, I know the 98 demo is going on right now, right? So that's still going on. I know.
I think that actually might have already ended.
Oh, did it end already?
It might have already ended.
Okay.
But yeah, at this point, we're just holding out hope for a beta 2.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that's really interesting, just to kind of, to talk about this whole thing, what a lot of people didn't realize about MLG, everyone's like, oh my God, MLG, look at the production value and everything. They had the camera cranes, they had the big, venues and everything like that and everything, but MLG was also, one, backed by venture capitalists, and two, they were millions of dollars in debt.
Mm-hmm. Perception is reality.
Yeah, and
that's the whole thing. You make people believe you. You make someone believe you're rich, then they think you're rich, and somehow it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right.
There are many people who have come into power just by making people think they were in power.
Yes, exactly. And oh my God, Jasmine is just walking all over my keyboard. She usually tries to avoid the keyboard, but now she's just walking all over. I mean, like, when Activision bought MLG, they had to fit all of that debt that they owed, and it was something like ridiculous, like $14 million or something.
It's funny that you mentioned that because Bobby Kotick was one of the people I had in mind.
Right.
That's not a rabbit hole I feel like going down right now.
Yeah, basically. So
maybe one of these days we'll do just an off show with like no branding or anything, and like, let's talk about history of gaming that's awful.
Yeah, but I mean,
dude, that should be the name of the show. Who watches gaming?
Who watches video games?
Who watches video games?
On Twitch.tv, dude.
And it's a talk show about the history of gaming and how fucking terrible we are.
Yeah, dude, that would be
the gamers.
That would be hilarious, dude. Oh my God. And yeah, I mean, honestly, that's when MLG did stuff and they actually had Mortal Kombat and Tekken and KOF that one year. A lot of people went to go do commentary for that, and I just refused to do it, like that, because I had a job at that time, so I could withstand.
Look at me, Mr. I have a life.
No, what I'm just saying is, like, I could actually uphold my principles. Like, now it's hard these days because I need the money. Okay, I'm sorry, that's just the way it works.
I can afford to have principles.
Yeah, dude, it sucks.
That is, like, I think the best honesty I've heard all day. I had a job, so I could afford to have principles?
Dude. America, right? I mean, seriously, dude. America. That is probably one of the number one best ways to describe America at this point.
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez. I think I said the soft part loud.
Oof.
Oh, man.
Anyways, I think that's a good high note to call this one. But that being said, we will definitely be paying attention tomorrow. Definitely looking to react to stuff.
Yeah.
But are you busy tomorrow night?
You're
done
I'm
tomorrow
absolutely
night.
tomorrow night.
All
I
right.
cannot
So
do anything,
just follow the SNKronize Twitter, where I'll probably be cackling and screaming, and doing some small reactions, and then just next week we'll probably do a better reaction, assuming there is a trailer tomorrow.
Right. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to watch most of the Game Awards. So
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Depending on the on
you have a pre-existing requirement.
yeah,
There's a word for it that I can't think of right now.
A prior engagement.
That's the word. Yeah. But maybe we can squeeze something in a couple of days or something. No, actually no, because then the weekend's a no-go. You get back, Monday's a no-go, Tuesday's a no-go, and then we're back. So next Wednesday.
Yeah.
We'll see you then.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I'm going to be traveling up north to Seattle for a Soul Calibur event this coming weekend. So that's cool. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Now, SNK has not said anything, but it's just heavily inferred by the fact that this would have been a character reveal week. They haven't given us any news in either direction. What they have been doing, which is kind of cool, is putting some of the cooler rival songs on Twitter from the beta.
Yeah.
That's been kind of cool, but it's been absolute crickets. And honestly, even in their off weeks, they haven't really been full crickets in 3 months? So probably going to be something at the Game Awards, which again, I think has ties to Koch Media, who is publishing KOF in Europe. So, so yeah, tomorrow just keep an eye.
14 is on sale during the Game Award sale for some reason.
So just keep an eye on Twitter. Watch the Game Awards if you don't have anything better to do. I don't have anything better to do, so I'm probably gonna be watching it.
Well, what is the KOF mobile team that has Nameless on
It was
there?
the Angel Sylvie Nameless, which was one of the teams I actually theorized.
Yeah.
And I don't play All-Star. So. Yeah, I'm honestly just going to leave it on the background while I, work or type.
Right.
Or play Animal Crossing or play Teppen.
Speaking of Ares, is he restreaming it, dude? Dude, I remember the last Game Awards where they announced Tetris Connected.
I thought someone said Sylvie earlier.
No, not Sylvie. Oh.
Okay, well, what's this one?
Nameless Whip and
Nameless
Angel.
Whip? That seems... What even game is that? That's not All-Star.
Yeah, this is a different thing. Completely.
Yeah.
Nameless Whip and Angel, which could lead credence to this being...
I mean, I'm down for that team, but I have no idea what that is.
And it says Team Nameless.
Yeah, that might just be someone putting together a team.
Oh, maybe a user-generated thing or something, perhaps?
I mean, I don't know. We got K and Maxima together.
Sorry, I didn't put this on screen. Here you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. Nothing is proof of anything.
I recognize that art style. Is that the one that was the 98 UMOL art style? Or is this the one that got in trouble for Terry smacking asses? Is it that game?
Jesus Christ. Because if it's Terry smacking asses, that was recent.
I mean that trailer was 6 months ago, a little more.
Yeah.
And it's a different game than All-Star.
Right, but that's what I mean. It's it's still a recent thing. So if that's recent and this is actually something you can't change in game, that is very suspicious.
Except for the fact that that's a licensed game as well.
Right.
It's not an SNK developed game.
Right. Anyways, Terry's evil twin. Oh, man.
Personally, I was 100% fine with that occurring just for all the memes that came of it, of people animating the girls beating the dog shit out of him. That was hilarious.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, most of us, I think, still think that Whip is going to be with K-Dash, right? And so it's either going to be Kula or Maxima. But most likely, your theory is that's going to be Maxima, and Kula is going to be with Angel, right?
And I mean, that's Yeah, they still have to explain it, but it seems really weird to me that they would just abandon ship on Maxima. Mm-hmm. Especially because this game doesn't have that many big bodies, and this is a really good opportunity to make him fun again. I'm not bitter. I just want to see him do his KOF 11 heavy kick. That's all I want.
Yeah, but I mean, Nameless Whip and Angel being in this little team over here is...
It's a really odd choice.
It's suspicious here.
Yeah, I mean, the only... Okay, I can actually kind of explain this a little bit.
Okay.
Is that if Angel has Nest's programming that they kind of talked about in the 14 manga, and Whip is a clone, maybe there's something left over embedded in her like a sleeper cell.
No, wait, what's Boss's face in the back of the KO 15 promo art?
Oh, it's the verse 2.
Oh, okay, it just looks like
it's implied to be a verse 2.
Right.
Yeah, no, exactly. Every Maxima since 11 has been terrible.
Right, just not as... Because he had that crazy...
Not fun, not playable.
Right, so he's not fun and he's bad?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's garbology and he's not fun. And he doesn't have Bunker Buster anymore. There might be some fucking parallels here.
Right. No, so the only problem with that, HK Solanero, is we don't have room for that anymore. Nelson, Sylvia, and Anka.
Yeah,
unless Maxima is just not in the game, or Kula is not in the game.
And then we're still wondering where Oda's statement about 2 surprises come
Right, exactly.
Because that would mean no...
So then it would be K-Dash and either Kula, Maxima, and Whip. And then we would probably still have Elizabeth, who would be one of the surprises. And then we would have the Neo Nest team that you mentioned, Solanero. And
which then we don't have any room for a surprise.
Right, because they would all be returning characters.
Yeah, because again, I think the two surprises doesn't count as unlockables.
Right, yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. You actually reminded me of something I did want to discuss.
What's that?
Okay, so yeah, like there's a good chance that it is. There's a chance it could be Kula tomorrow.
Right.
But
and if you do know by any chance, like somehow with some leaks, please don't. Don't.
But it is worth noting that SNK tends to close their offices for Christmas, so we might actually not get any reveals during Christmas. So reminder on that one. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on everything.
So maybe they'll reveal 2 characters tomorrow.
I mean, that's actually possible. I mean, they did the same thing when they showed like Dolores and Isla.
Right.
They revealed them.
Okay.
And Hydron on the cover art and everything.
Yeah.
But I guess that's about it.
Okay.
So, yeah. I think it's a good time to wrap it up.
Okay, sure.
We got digging into the weeds and
yeah, sorry, but I mean, I hope people enjoy it.
Yeah.
Too. No, I'm the audience here. I hope they enjoy like the history kind of stuff. So, but in any case, pick a song from the Twitter feed to close it out.
That's a good call, actually. I like it.
Really, really good call.
I personally am all about the 15 version of Bloody.
Sadistic Eyes here they've got. This one is
that's the new Sadistic Eyes. Keep going a little bit. There's Goodbye Asaka, which is a good one. But I'm just...
here it is. This one here?
No, that's the old one. So keep going. That's the new one.
This is the new one? Oh, yeah. Okay,
I love the new version of Bloody.
So this one exclusive to 15 then?
Yeah, this is the 15 remix.
15 version. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Alright, thanks guys. And we'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Who watched?
Say it again.
Who watches video games?